And now I'll be playing on the terrorist side of Dust 2. It's going to be fnatic. The new lineup here. On the CT side, Dennis is now playing instead of Pronax. A pretty huge change for Swedish Counter-Strike, you could almost say. 3 seconds up on the bomb side here. Olaf, what are you doing with these Shadow Daggers out? There are people coming to rush this bomb side. In fact, I'm quite convinced that Olaf has probably got some sort of issue with his mouse or keyboard there. In spite of Olaf Meister not really being much used there, it still works out just fine.
Can you see it coming, Anders? Because I can.
Tell me.
It's going to be time for our best buddy to join back up.
Ooh.
It's going to be time for...
Could we have vuggo back in here?
Our hero. Because that looked like Olafmeister was lagging out to me.
I mean, he was even talking the big talk yesterday, vuggo, on Twitter. I mean,
well, that was also Exist. Notice how Exist, he likes to talk smack, but as soon as he gets called out, where is he? What happened? Come on, Exist. Back to CSGO. Yeah, still waiting, Exist. Still waiting. But vuggo, come on. Are we really going to get vuggo back? This would be brilliant.
I feel like it's time.
It's going to be really, really frustrating for Fnatic, though.
Plus, you just know that when you make a lineup change and a really, really big... Yeah, oh, vuggo is
yes.
here.
Oh, yes. It's time. And like how they don't even trust him with the rifle.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, Dennis has got 3650, but you're going to get an MP9, vuggo.
It's got the BB gun. Well, I mean, the fact is, when you switch out a play like that, if you don't win, like, all your matches for the first year, people are going to be like, wait a minute. Maybe they should have made that change. That was a big mistake.
Dennis is just going to go ahead and get some work done here, drawing the attention, and then vuggo goes in, heroically sprays, and doesn't hit a single bullet. Triple kill for Dennis, double for Flesha, and vuggo fittingly with the 0.
He was providing a suppressive fire. Maybe what we could do, because we were wrecking him yesterday, maybe what we could do is try and make everything he does look really good today instead.
Okay, I'm down. We can trade that up.
Try and change it around like that.
A little bit of a challenge, but, you know, I'm always up for a challenge, Anders. The only thing that Guardian right now is looking to do is avoid vuggo, because that guy is going to wreck him.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's in the corner here, looking deadly too. He's got the cross. He's got the Crims there to help him out. Crims, is he going to come and help out his teammate? vuggo spraying. He's going to get the kill. Of course he will. Seized. They're going to go down. Crims with the follow-up. vuggo getting close to Guardian. Oh, he actually hits that shot, Guardian. Solid defense there. vuggo picking up the first kill.
Exactly, and that's like masterful play on vuggo's part, because what he's doing is he's setting it up for Crims. He's drawing the attention over to Carr, and that gives Crims the opportunity to peek from the doors, get his follow-up frag, just whittle Na'Vi down. So vuggo definitely coming in big for the team there. That's exactly what Fnatic need from him.
It's the confidence of that first kill that really matters.
And, you know, again, this is coming down to them just, you know, wanting to avoid vuggo at all costs. But unfortunately for them, vuggo's holding from pit. So they're going to be in for a bit of a rude surprise here, Na'Vi, when they come out here and figure out that the beast is waiting.
Yeah, he's down here. He's got the double flash as well. Only about 30 some seconds left now. Smoke goes up from Catwalk. A flashbang in there. And vuggo, he's got his shades on, not flashed at all. Ready with the M4. They're going to try and push up. Instant headshot on one. Goes for a second on vuggo, wrecking them with a double kill. Extremely lucky kill, obviously, there from Flamey. Yeah, randomly hitting the shot. And all joking aside, that was a really good double from vuggo down there. Just slowing down that whole push. But the rest of the A bomb side didn't hold up quite as well, so...
It's going to get real nasty for the Swedes. Even with the likes of vuggo on the team, you know, one man is only capable of so much, Anders.
They can't expect him to carry everything. I mean, he's also doing the coaching for the team. I feel like they're slacking off a bit right now. For vuggo, courageously taking one for the team, slowing down Edward, who had to, you know, spend some time down there. And that's going to be it. I mean, that slowdown was just enough that Crims got the kill, so really just full credit to vuggo, I think. And that's going to be 6-1. That's
the thing. Easy work for Crims there. vuggo had the hard job.
Yeah.
Did exactly what was necessary. He knows what it's all about, and you're right. With a mind like his, after that, you know, just getting the headshots, it's the easy part.
Yeah.
So this guy, last man alive, and of course, just can't hang with vuggo. vuggo takes that peek and removes him from the map.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even in at the beginning. Olaf Meister, he's missing those kills right there, and he's almost tied with Crims and JW. I mean, it's just impressive.
But this is where vuggo, it's his time to shine. Just goes barreling in top mid. Unfortunately for him, he has no idea that Edward is lurking in lower dark. This might cost him. Edward going to be able to get that kill for free. vuggo just not able to go ahead and, you know, whip around fast enough there to get that refrag. Or save his life, rather.
Yeah, I think he was, like, tactically so far ahead, vuggo, that he just, you know, he wasn't counting on Edward just being in such a silly position.
And that's the issue, right? JW is just going to go for the peak, but that's the issue. When you have, like, the top tier playing against a lower tier, they have to dumb down their game. But vuggo, he's so far ahead, even dumbing down his game, it's just not enough.
Yeah, couldn't do it. Almost all of their money. vuggo, of course, the richest. putting in the most work, so not really surprising.
Vuggo's actually going for a little bit of a tricky spot. That's I think that's one of GetRight's old favorite spots when he used to hold long. So yeah, he's just waiting to see if somebody's going to be committing here from Longhouse. If they try and work their way out, he can try and go for a bit of a peek, pull a fast one on him.
Yeah, but you can kind of already tell they're a little bit worried about that. You know, they don't want to get anywhere near. So just Edward, fear in his eyes, backing off from long, sensing the imminent danger of Vuggo. Down towards that pit. And Crimson, Dennis in the front lines. Vuggo, obviously the captain, the VIP in the back corners here, just letting his teammates, you know, go in first, and then he can come and clean it up. Exactly.
This is a true team player. He's setting up his teammates to shine. He knows that he can get the frags if he needs to, but he's just going to go ahead and give Dennis a helping hand. Dennis, though, just runs right into Flamey, but Crims trades up. Seas, though, from Upper Dark is going to take out Crimson. It's going to come down to the man himself. Vuggo just waiting to see if Seas is going to make that mistake, but he realizes he just doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the time to get that defuse. Instead, probably going to back off, see if he can't save a gun. Is there an op anywhere? No, just an AK, so he's not going to be able to actually make the big save here.
And if you just look at it as sort of it's an isolated scenario here, I mean, everybody else from Fnatic wasting like all the equipment and Vuggo just trying to keep on to it here. It's just, yeah, a little bit shameful that the rest of them can't do that.
I mean, this is just the moment, right? You know, that he's been waiting for. Time to dust off his hands. He gets that AK. This is the only tool that he needs. And, well, Vuggo's a generous god. He's going to go ahead and hand that over to Flusha. So he decides, I'm going to give Na'Vi a chance. I'm going to go for the Deagle. I've got the Kevlar. If they take a fight with me, they're going to feel the pain, right?
I mean, this is the kind of confidence you can only have if you are a champion like Vuggo. Otherwise, you know, you try and hold on to that AK, trying to see if you can keep it going. And look at that. He almost gets that kill on Seized, I think it was. And yeah, Dennis, I mean, all he had to do was tickle him and he would be gone. It's just Vuggo getting some damage in on Seized there. And Na'Vi probably going to regret what they've started in Vuggo. You can tell he's fired up. He's angry. He tried to get that shot. Vuggo's just way too fast. Getting him out in the corner. Flusha goes down. Not nearly as swift as Vuggo is. Not as precise.
That's the thing. Vuggo now going to decide to perhaps get some PT in there, physical exercise. Clearly a little bit too slow with those shoulder peaks. So he's going to have to show him how it's done. He's falling back to CT, so this might be the man right here to stop everything for Na'Vi. If Na'Vi do decide to try and push on to B, because they've...
Guardian is right around the corner with that AWP. Bit of a lucky time there for Guardian, really, going down. I feel like if that had been Vuggo left here, probably would have been one round, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main issue, man. This is the problem with being so good, is that it can also work against you, where they just turn it into, we have to find Vuggo, and then they get such a big boost of confidence once they finally take him out that they're just not going to be stopped, Na'Vi. So, you know, Vuggo right now, this is the issue with being, you know, a god tier player, is that you gotta find that balance. You have to rally the troops at this point and make sure that your teammates, they're gonna be confident enough that when you're dead, they can still pull through and win the round.
Yeah, you can see Vuggo getting baited a little bit there by Flusha, and that's obviously, it's not a nice thing to do. Flusha should have been there for Vuggo. You gotta make the star players shine on your team. So it doesn't work when you just don't give him that kind of backup that he needs.
Position, and you know, of course, Vuggo able to go for the full buy. So Na'Vi are definitely not out of the woods yet. They're just going to be very frustrated with the fact that, you know, it was JW that they tagged and not Vuggo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be
any little edge you can get against Vuggo. That's why they've invested that money. They're like, listen, guys, we're desperate at this point. We really need to do something big.
I think you can get a sense for how much confidence they have in him, because, you know, the rest of Fnatic just cowering away in this corner of the map, while Vuggo's just left in charge of all of this stuff here. They've been all alone.
I mean,
so
you can count on this man.
Yeah,
just his presence over here. You can see Na'Vi, they've just left one guy over here, and he's actually kind of like the sacrificial lamb, Edward. Really, you know, Na'Vi are like, well, you know, we got to feed something to Vuggo just to buy time, Edward. So please, just be that man, make the sacrifice.
Indeed, Flamey gonna pick up that kill, and Vuggo just wondering why his teammates are leaving like that. Once that flank is open, I mean, they're just giving him up, they're sacrificing him right now. It's just not good enough.
There's only so much you can do. And well, he's definitely got to be wondering, you know, Flusha, Dennis, come on, Dennis, we just traded Pronax for you. How are you letting us down? Vuggo wouldn't have made that mistake, obviously. Vuggo would have just been able to go straight up mid, right? He'd have known, but...
It's failing horribly to utilize Vuggo to the full extent of his abilities. And Vuggo cleverly covering the backlines, realizing that that suicide miss from JW, I mean, it's no reason to follow a crazy
that's kind of what he expects of JW, right? Go in there, if you're lucky, you know, trade up a couple of kills. And he's looking for the big haul, but it's not going to be the case. Na'Vi, they realize that he's hanging on to Cat, so they decide to peek a little bit later, just wait for the Beast to move on. You know, you got godlike players on the server, right? Guardian. Even Guardian can't carry Na'Vi alone. Somebody has to, you know, kind of help out sometimes, right? Shoxy for Titan. I mean, these kinds of names, right? Vuggo, right now, it's the same situation for him. Unfortunately, the rest of Fnatic, they're kind of just, you know, leaving him hanging.
Yeah, can't just leave it up to one man like that. I mean, I'm wondering if there's a bit of jealousy in play here for the Fnatic members. If it's just a question that they know if they let him shine so much that, you know, what's going to be left for them, right?
That's true.
So actually, they might have like a personal interest in not letting Vuggo be, you know, 100% Vuggo. So nobody wants to be at the edge, right? Because you could get knocked off by Vuggo at any point. Just replaced on that team.
I mean, that's the thing, man. Vuggo, Fnatic, they're so afraid that Vuggo's going to shame them all that they're just waiting, crossing their fingers, hoping that OlofMeister will come back and get it going.
You have to imagine what's happening right now is that Vuggo's just wrecking them on TeamSpeak, saying, this is unacceptable. If you want me to be part of this team, or if you want to be part of this team, then you're going to have to step it up. It can't just be all on me.
It's only so much one man can do.
Yeah. I mean, unless they find a way to clone him, of course.
In which case, well, I mean, you know, it's the second reign of Fnatic.
Yeah, that would be that would definitely be very tough on everybody else.
There were times when, you know, people were talking about cloning GetRight, and you know, yeah, GetRight's good, but why was Vuggo not in the game? It's because everybody knew that it would just wreck the game. He would be so powerful, the game would be imbalanced. And it was just been completely unfair, right? It was still fresh in everybody's memories. You know, the 87-0 NIP run. What would have happened if Vuggo would have just dominated for the next 2 years, right? It just wouldn't have been fun. It would have killed the CS:GO scene. Nobody would have been watching that because everybody would have known Vuggo's just going to win. Na'Vi are breathing a sigh of relief. It looks like Vuggo's off the server, so they feel like they might actually have a chance of winning this map now. Na'Vi, Guardian, they're definitely happy about this because we love him to bits as well. Immense respect for the guys. If you guys are thinking that, you know, we're actually serious with our trolling, sorry, but we're just actually trolling. He is definitely one of the people in CS:GO, pro CS:GO scene right now, deserving of your utmost respect. He might just come back. You know, this is all a ploy by Vuggo. This is how, you know, next level he is in his mind. He's always 1, 2, 10 steps ahead. Right now, he's allowing Na'Vi to feel confident, to feel like, yes, we've got a chance. Vuggo's gone, guys. High fives all around, right? And then he shows up again. That's it, right? Just crushes them. Na'Vi.
I see OlofMeister in here.
It's all crumbled.
It might have been that Na'Vi actually just filed a complaint with you know, ESL and ESEA and said, there's no way, like, you know, if you're going to bring in someone, it has to be at least on an even skill level. You can't just bring in, like, you know, world champion or anything like that and just have them play all of a sudden.
This is the thing, right? The God tier, dropping into these tier 1 games, it just completely wrecks it for everybody. You know, we can't enjoy the match anymore. So it's you know, it's just not fair.
8-7 right now. Ridiculous comeback from Na'Vi in spite of Vuggo being just a rock-solid player. And we'll see if they can continue on now that they've downgraded to OlofMeister. It's going to be Na'Vi making it to 10-9. 1 round away from equalizing.
I mean, that's what happens when Vuggo's off the server. Guardian can finally be allowed to carry and do his job on Na'Vi. He doesn't have to worry about dying every round. Now he can just kind of go ahead and beat up on the Swedes. I think it's pretty evident now that we need Vuggo back, guys. Olof, just like kick your router or something again.
Yeah, exactly. Just gotta fix some internet issues.
This is just
you gotta wonder what would have happened if Vuggo hadn't stepped in there to help them along the way. Like Fnatic probably would have lost that game outright. That would have been tough.